Do you ever wanted to get something so badly but you're scared of it? Or too young? Or too old? Or maybe even discouraged to go through it? In my previous semester, I went for an exchange in Indonesia with my friend. I wanted to have nose piercing so badly, but I'm scared. I'm afraid of needles. I don't even have ear piercings. Then, we went for a holiday in Bali, and there's a lot of tattoo shops, piercing shops, the temptation, you know. I got into one piercing shop. I got my nose pierced. Even though body piercings have become very common in the world today, but people are still scared to get their body pierced. This is not because it's hurtful. This is because they are afraid of what the society might say to them or how the society will look at them. The society today thinks of people with body piercings or more than one piercings are bad people, negative people, or people from a tribe. It is true that before century, piercings are done for a cultural reasoning. However, today, body piercings are for fun. It's for body arts. Everyone is getting their body pierced. In my opinion, it is not wrong to have a body piercing, and we cannot judge someone by just looking at their body piercings or looking at their appearance. Today, I am going to talk about the cultural reasoning of body piercings during the 4th century. My first point is about what is piercings, or the origins of the piercings itself. Second point is about the types of piercing you can do. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the cultural reasoning of the piercing itself. My first point is about the origins of body piercing. So, what is body piercings? Body piercings, according to clinical nurse resource, are referred to the penetration of skin with a sharp implement to create an opening through a jewelry may be worn. So, as you can see on my first slide, there is a picture of a mummy. And body piercings are believed to be found 5,300 years ago. The mummy in the first slide is the oldest mummified person named Otzi. It is found by 2 tourists in 1991 between Austria and Italy. This mummified person is found to have a pierce on his ears, and the whole gouge is between 7 to 11 millimeter in diameter. Otzi is believed to live within 3,300 before century. So now that you know about the origins of the body piercings, so where in the body that the holes are pierced? My second point is to talk about the types of body piercings you can do. So the first one is ear piercings. Most people have ear piercings, but not me. Ear piercings usually are done here, and some people will do their piercings up to the upper part of the ear. Okay, so to be more clear, you can look at my second slide. I attached some pictures of types of piercings are done today. So the second one is nose piercings. Nose piercings are founded in Genesis, the 4th century. And the third one is septum piercing. Septum piercings are usually done between the nose here, and it's very common among the tribal people. Next is tongue piercing. Tongue piercings is found among the Aztecs and Mayans. And next is lip piercings. So lip piercings are common in African tribes. And later we also have navel piercings. Navel piercings are signed as a royal status during the ancient Egypt. And lastly, we have nipple piercings. So nipple piercings is a bit interesting because before a century, these piercings are done towards men. Men pierce their nipples to symbolize their virility. It is usually done among the ancient Roman. Before moving on to the last point, I would like to show you the statistics on body piercing. As you can see on my slide, this is a statistic shown between women and men in America. So women tend to have higher body piercings than men. And the most types of piercings done are navel piercings. My last point is the cultural reasoning of body piercings. And as you can see on my slide as well, I'm going to show you some pictures of the ancient peoples and their cultural rituals that uses piercings. So the first one is nose piercings. Nose piercings are very famous among the North Africa and Middle East people. Usually they are done in marriage rituals. The husband will give the wife a gold nose ring when they are married, and the gold nose ring indicates the wealth of the husband. And the second one is septum piercings. Septum piercings are very famous among the Aztec. However, the Asmat in Indonesia also done some septum piercings. They pierce their septum up to 25 millimeters, so they can put a femur or a bone of their enemy or animal that they hunt between the septum piercings. And for the Aztecs, they usually pierce their septum with gold or jade to symbolize their sun or water god. The third one is tongue piercings. It is also very famous among the Aztecs. As you can see in the picture, the Aztecs pierced their tongue as a form of blood sacrifice to communicate with gods. The last one is lips piercings. So this is very famous among the Dogons and Makololo. The Dogons pierce their lips to represent the creation of the world, while the Makololo pierce their lips by putting a plate on the upper part of their lips to make them beautiful. And the size of the plate usually correlates with the amount of the dowry. In conclusion, it is not wrong to have a body piercings. In fact, we should be proud that body piercings is a method of body art. First, it is clear that body piercings are relatively important to our culture since dawn of humanity. Second, types of body piercings are diverse and used differently by different people. And lastly, the origins of body piercings date back throughout 1,000 years as an ancient style used for cultural rituals and also expression of beauty. In Western society today, the body piercings are often used as an expression for beauty, individuality, and fashion statements. Alongside with the tattoos, body piercings have been popularized and as a method of a body art.